You are not ready for this. Forget the Kardashians, toss out every love and hip-hop reunion brawl, and cancel Bravo TV because 50 Cent just dragged Kanye West and Bianca into a spotlight so blinding it makes a solar eclipse look like a nightlight. I'm talking receipts, shade, and a scandal so spicy. Taco Bell had to issue a health warning. The footage, the rumors, the whispers, it's like somebody took a blender, tossed in betrayal, arrogance, and a sprinkle of "are you serious right now?" energy, and hit frap. And the internet? Oh, they're not just eating it up, they're inhaling it like free samples at Costco on a Sunday. But here's the kicker. Nobody saw it coming. 50 could have roasted Ja Rule again, trolled Diddy, or even reignited beef with Oprah if he felt petty enough. But no, he decided to aim his bazooka straight at Kanye and Bianca. And let me tell you, the explosion is rattling Hollywood harder than a Kardashian marriage certificate. So buckle up. Because what I'm about to break down makes courtroom leaks look like bedtime stories. Welcome to the scandal that just hijacked pop culture. When it comes to scandals, Hollywood usually serves up reheated leftovers. Somebody cheated, somebody got caught with mystery substances, or somebody forgot to pay their taxes and then begged the IRS like a broke OnlyFans subscriber. But this is different. Because out of nowhere, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, yes, the same guy who once bought an entire row of Ja Rule concert tickets just to leave them empty, just lobbed a scandal grenade directly into the laps of Kanye West and his architectural Barbie doll wife, Bianca. Now let's be real. Kanye is no stranger to drama. This man has turned controversy into a lifestyle brand. If scandals were sneakers, he'd be the Yeezy factory. And Bianca? She went from architect to Instagram's most watched fashion experiment overnight. Every time she steps outside, it's like she's auditioning for the role of most Googled outfit of the day, but never in a million years did fans expect 50 Cent, rap's original troll king, to swoop in and stir the pot like Gordon Ramsay on a cocaine bender. Here's what went down. 50 didn't just name drop. He dragged. He did what he does best, throwing shade so dark, Bianca probably thought she walked into a blackout. Social media lit up with clips of 50 clowning Kanye's Zen guru act while simultaneously mocking Bianca's outfits that look like rejected props from a futuristic Mad Max reboot. And the wild part? He didn't stop there. He hinted at some behind-the-scenes mess, saying Kanye's personal life is more scripted than a Bravo Housewives reunion. The internet exploded faster than Twitter during a Nicki Minaj vs. Cardi B shoe-throwing incident. Fans swore they'd seen it all: Kanye storming out of interviews, Kim Kardashian's divorce papers being filed like parking tickets, but 50's drag session was a whole new flavor of chaos. It wasn't just words. It was a full-blown performance. You could practically hear him sharpening his jokes like kitchen knives before stepping on stage, and people asked the obvious. Why now? Why Kanye and Bianca? Why not dust off his usual target, Ja Rule, or take another jab at Diddy? That's the million-dollar question, or in Hollywood terms, the question worth at least 3 Netflix documentaries, 2 TMZ exclusives, and a messy Instagram live meltdown. The background makes it juicier. Kanye and Bianca, ever since tying the knot in what felt like a Vegas chapel fever dream, have been serving headlines like fast food combos. From half-naked walks in Italy that made the Pope consider retirement, to Bianca showing up in outfits that look like a toddler designed them with duct tape and scissors, they've been unavoidable. They thrive on shock value. But for once, the shock didn't come from them, it came from 50. And that's why this hit like a heavyweight punch. The first wave of reactions? Absolute pandemonium. Fans flooded comment sections with memes faster than you could refresh your timeline. One meme had Bianca photoshopped onto the Where's Waldo cover, except every outfit she wore was the Waldo costume. Another had Kanye's face pasted over the Joker, with 50 Cent as Batman smirking in the background. And let me tell you, the internet hasn't had this much fun since Will Smith smacked Chris Rock into meme immortality. But don't think it was all jokes. Some Kanye stans came swinging, defending their genius visionary like he was the second coming of Picasso with a Twitter account. Meanwhile, Bianca's defenders claim she's redefining fashion, which is basically par speak for yeah. It looks like a trash bag, but it's avant-garde, okay? And then you had the casual fans, sipping their metaphorical wine, watching the chaos unfold like it was the Super Bowl halftime show. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered about how Kanye isn't exactly thrilled about being clowned. The man who once called himself the voice of a generation isn't vibing with 50, making him the punchline of a generation. And Bianca? Sources say she feels targeted. Honey, you wore a sheer bodysuit in front of the entire Vatican. You didn't just target yourself. You handed the world a sniper scope. But here's the delicious irony. 50 thrives on exactly this reaction. He's not here for peace. He's here for chaos. His trolling is like Thanos collecting Infinity Stones inevitable. He lives for headlines that read 50 Cent sparks outrage or 50 Cent laughs at internet meltdown. And dragging Kanye and Bianca was like Christmas morning for him. Think of it this way. If Kanye is the self-proclaimed genius of music and fashion, and Bianca is his shock-dressed muse, then 50 just appointed himself the roastmaster general of their relationship. And when 50 roasts, it's not a light toast, it's a 5-alarm fire with smoke visible from space. And the fans? They're addicted. Because let's face it, we live in a world where celebrity beef is our version of Greek mythology. Kanye vs. Taylor Swift? That was the Iliad. Cardi vs. Nicki? The Odyssey. Now, 50 vs. Kanye and Bianca? That's the blockbuster sequel nobody ordered. But everybody's binge-watching like it just dropped on Netflix. By the time the dust settled from 50's initial drag, the damage was done. Kanye and Bianca went from being the scandal creators to the scandal victims, and nothing burns worse in Hollywood than losing control of the narrative. For a couple that thrives on keeping people talking, having someone else dictate the conversation is like pulling the rug out from under them while they're wearing stilettos on live TV. And the question hanging in the air, what's next? Because if there's one thing we know about 50 Cent, it's that he doesn't just throw one punch. He throws a combo, waits for you to stagger, and then posts a meme about it on Instagram. Fans braced themselves for round 2, because if this was just the opening act, the main show is going to make the Super Bowl halftime look like karaoke night. If you thought the first round of 50's Drag Fest was messy, just wait, because Hollywood and the internet turned this into a Category 5 drama hurricane overnight. The moment his comments hit the timeline, the reactions didn't just roll in, they detonated. It was like watching a digital stampede. Twitter fingers broke sound barriers. TikTok creators fired up ring lights like they were reporting for CNN. And Instagram became a meme factory operating at overtime with no union breaks. Let's start with the celebrity peanut gallery. Because you know no scandal is complete until other listers crawl out of their infinity pools to toss in their 2 cents. Charlemagne the God was the first to bite, laughing so hard on air he nearly fell out of his chair. He called 50 the greatest troll alive and said Kanye better start writing diss tracks in Morse code, because that's the only language 50 hasn't mocked. Yet, Savage doesn't even cover it. Then came the Kardashian orbit. Kim, who swore she was done with Kanye headlines, allegedly told friends she found 50's roast hilarious and long overdue. Translation: finally, somebody else is a family clown, and it's not me. Khloe, meanwhile, liked a shady tweet that read, Bianca's wardrobe is what happens when you order fashion off Wish. Coincidence? Please! Nothing in that family is coincidence, it's all PR chess moves. But my personal favorite reaction? Drake. Yes, Champagne Petty himself allegedly slid into the shade parade with a cryptic Instagram story. Just a laughing emoji over a picture of a 50 Cent CD. That's Drake's way of saying, I'm not in this fight, but I'll be sitting courtside with popcorn. You can practically hear the overall giggling in the background. And of course, the memes. Oh, the memes. Social media users transformed this feud into digital comedy gold. One viral edit had Bianca walking a Milan runway, except instead of wearing couture, she was photoshopped into a black trash bag labeled Kanye's Vision. Another had 50 Cent's face pasted over Judge Judy, slamming down a gavel with the caption, Case closed. TikTok got in on the action with parody skits. People dressing up as Bianca in shower curtains, with captions like "Serving Holy Vatican Chic." If Fashion Week wasn't already dead, this scandal just buried it. Public outrage added another layer of chaos. Kanye's loyal disciples, yes, the ones who call him a misunderstood genius like he's the Picasso of rap, rallied behind him. They spammed 50's socials with "Respect the GOAT" comments and tried to spin it like he is too evolved for trolling. Sweetheart. This is the same man who once interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs and compared himself to God mid-interview. Too evolved isn't exactly the vibe here. Meanwhile, fashion critics pretended to take the high road. Vogue columnists wrote essays defending Bianca's bold silhouettes, claiming she's pushing the boundaries of womanhood. Boundaries? Sis, she looks like she's cosplaying as a futuristic lampshade. Pushing boundaries doesn't mean making the Vatican issue a dress code memo. And don't think for a second Bianca sat quietly. Rumor has it she told close friends that she feels bullied and that people don't understand her artistry. Artistry? Please! Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling. You wore a sheer bodysuit to pick up groceries in Italy. One is art. The other is a Kardashian-era stunt with fewer steps. But the real twist came when Kanye himself decided to respond. And oh boy, did he. In true Kanye fashion, he didn't just clap back, he clapped back with the subtlety of a marching band in a library. Reports say he posted and deleted a rant where he accused 50 of being controlled by the system and jealous of true genius. Classic-y. Turning a roast into a conspiracy theory faster than you can say Illuminati. Fans screenshot the post before it vanished. Because of course they did. Screenshots are the internet's currency. 50's reaction. Iconic. He reposted Kanye's rant with a caption that read, "This man still thinks it's 2009. And just like that, round two began. Fans weren't just entertained, they were hooked like it was the season finale of a reality show they didn't know they signed up for. Meanwhile, Bianca's outfits became a whole subplot. Paparazzi caught her days later wearing what looked like a beige towel wrapped around her body. The internet collectively screamed, "Is she trolling us back?" Maybe she is. Or maybe she just forgot laundry day. Either way, it added fuel to the fire. And Hollywood insiders whispered that Bianca is starting to feel the pressure. The trolling, the memes, the endless commentary. Sources claim she's had heated arguments with Kanye about whether they should clap back together or ride out the storm. If true, imagine those arguments. Kanye pacing the room ranting about visions and destiny while Bianca shouts, "I just want to wear clothes without going viral." That's not marriage counseling, that's a sitcom script waiting to happen. But here's where things got darker. 50 didn't just mock, they say he hinted at some dirt. During a live stream, he dropped a cryptic line. "Y'all think this is bad? Wait till the receipts come out." The internet collectively froze. Receipts? As in screenshots? Texts? Videos? This is the man who made Get Rich or Die Tryin'. If he's teasing receipts, we're about to get a full-blown drama series. Not just a roast session. Fans speculated wildly. Some said it's financial drama, others whispered about fashion industry beef, and a few conspiracy nuts claimed it's tied to Kanye's business deals imploding like poorly built Jenga towers. And the scary part? With 50 Cent, you never know. This is the man who bankrupted his rivals, destroyed careers with a meme, and still had time to produce power while feuding with half the music industry. The escalation turned what started as a funny drag session into a potential bombshell. It wasn't just 50 vs. Kanye and Bianca anymore, it was the entire celebrity ecosystem reacting, memeing, and waiting for the next shoe to drop. And in Hollywood, when one shoe drops, it usually has a red soul and a scandal attached. By now, the internet wasn't asking if this would get worse, they were begging for it. Comment sections turned into live sports commentary. Who's winning so far? Kanye looks pressed. Bianca's outfits lost the fight months ago. People were tuning in like this was Mayweather vs. McGregor all over again. But instead of punches, it was memes and shade flying across social platforms. And yet, under the comedy, there's a deeper burn. Because Kanye has built his image on being untouchable, Bianca has leaned on being unpredictable. and 50. He just reminded the world that nobody, absolutely nobody, is safe when he decides to troll. The escalation isn't just scandalous, it's legendary. And the cliffhanger? Those so-called receipts looming in the background. If 50 drops them, Hollywood's gossip ecosystem will implode harder than Twitter on election night. If he doesn't, the tease alone cements this saga as one of the most entertaining meltdowns of the year. Either way, fans are salivating, popcorn sales are skyrocketing, and Kanye and Bianca, they're fighting a battle they never saw coming. When the dust started to settle, or at least looked like it might, Hollywood realized this wasn't just a feud. This was a cultural earthquake, the kind that sends shockwaves through reputations, brands, and even friendships nobody knew existed. 50 Cent dragging Kanye and Bianca wasn't just about jokes anymore. It turned into the kind of fallout that makes PR teams cry into their oat milk lattes. First, Kanye. The man thrives on control. He likes to be the puppet master, the headline generator, the chaos conductor. But suddenly, he wasn't in control of the narrative. 50 had snatched a mic, turned up the bass, and left Kanye sitting there like an extra in his own movie. And for a man who once compared himself to Walt Disney, that's not just humiliating, it's career kryptonite. Music insiders whispered that Kanye's camp is in panic mode. They're reportedly brainstorming a counter-scandal to distract from 50's drag session. Imagine that, hiring a PR team not to stop drama, but to invent new drama so the old drama gets buried. It's Hollywood strategy 101. But when you've been roasted by 50 Cent, no amount of manufactured chaos can erase the sting. Because the internet never forgets. Screenshots are forever. Memes are eternal. Bianca, meanwhile, found herself caught in the eye of the storm. Once just Kanye's mysterious muse, she became the punchline of 1,000 memes and think pieces. And the fashion world? It split down the middle. Some defended her as an avant-garde icon, while others said her looks belong in a Spirit Halloween clearance bin. The Vatican allegedly even tightened its dress codes because of her infamous sheer outfits. Congratulations, Bianca, you managed to influence religious policy, and not in a good way. But the deeper consequence was personal. Sources close to the couple whispered about rising tensions between Kanye and Bianca. She allegedly feels like 50's trolling wouldn't sting so badly if Kanye didn't have a track record of public meltdowns and bizarre decisions. And Kanye? He reportedly accused her of not standing strong in the face of criticism. Translation: their marriage may have turned into one long argument that sounds like a bad improv show. And 50. Oh, he was thriving. He turned the scandal into free promo for his projects, because of course he did. He's a businessman before anything else. Every headline with his name on it was more fuel for his empire. The man doesn't just roast for fun, he monetizes the roast. Insiders claim he's already brainstorming ways to incorporate the drama into his shows, maybe even sneak a Kanye joke into Power or whatever spin-off he's cooking next. Imagine millions tuning in to hear 50 deliver his diss lines in the voice of a TV gangster. That's not just petty, that's entrepreneurial pettiness. But here's the kicker. The public wasn't just entertained. They were addicted. This wasn't just another celebrity squabble. This was appointment viewing. Fans were refreshing feeds, hunting for updates, dissecting every cryptic post like conspiracy theorists decoding the Da Vinci Code. Kanye vs. 50 vs. Bianca became the Bermuda Triangle of scandals. Everyone got sucked in, and nobody could escape. Brands started sweating too. Kanye's fashion collabs, already shaky from his previous controversies, faced even more backlash. Retailers whispered about distancing themselves until the storm passes. Spoiler: the storm wasn't passing. Meanwhile, Bianca became toxic for brand endorsements. Fashion houses that once drooled over her edgy look now treated her like radioactive couture. One executive allegedly said, "We love a risk taker, but not when the risk looks like bad reality TV." Brutal. And for 50, the consequences were the exact opposite. All positive. His reputation as the king of trolling went from legend to immortal. Even people who didn't care about music or fashion tuned in just to see what he'd do next. He was the internet's gladiator, and Kanye and Bianca, they were the unlucky lions thrown into the arena. But the aftermath didn't stop at reputations. Relationships cracked too. Rumors swirled that Kanye lost a few Hollywood allies over his unhinged clapbacks. Some celebs, tired of being collateral damage in his rants, quietly unfollowed him on Instagram. And in 2025, losing a follow is the modern version of declaring war. The public perception shifted like quicksand. Kanye went from misunderstood genius to perpetual punchline. Bianca went from mysterious muse to walking meme. And 50. He cemented himself as untouchable. Because in the court of public opinion, the one who lends the funny punch wins, and 50 was dropping knockout lines like Muhammad Ali in his prime. But here's the shocking clarity. This feud wasn't just entertainment. It exposed the fragile reality of celebrity culture. How one sarcastic roast can unravel carefully curated images, topple brand deals, and shake marriages. For all their wealth, power, and fame, Kanye and Bianca proved that even the mighty can get clowned into oblivion. And the cliffhanger. The receipts. Remember when 50 teased he had dirt? Fans are still waiting. The internet is perched like a hawk, ready to pounce if he drops even a single screenshot. If those receipts are real, we're not talking about a scandal, we're talking about an extinction-level event in celebrity culture. Kanye's career could nosedive harder than a doomed crypto coin, and Bianca's legacy could be sealed as fashion's ultimate cautionary tale. For now, the world waits. Every post, every paparazzi shot, every Instagram story gets dissected like it's evidence in a court case. Kanye's fans beg for mercy, Bianca's defenders preach about artistry, and 50. He's somewhere sipping champagne, laughing at the chaos he created, probably already drafting his next roast in the Notes app. And that's the beauty of it. Because scandals come and go, but the ones 50 Cent touches, they stick, they linger, they become part of pop culture folklore. Years from now, people won't just remember Kanye's outbursts or Bianca's bizarre outfits, they'll remember the time 50 Cent roasted them so hard the entire world paused to laugh. The aftermath is simple. Reputations dented, careers shaken, and fans left hungry for more. And in Hollywood, where drama is currency, the scandal just made 50 Cent the richest man in the room, not in dollars, but in relevance. And there you have it. People, the circus you didn't ask for but couldn't stop watching. 50 Cent roasted Kanye and Bianca so hard, I'm surprised they didn't spontaneously combust under the weight of all that shade. And if you thought this ride was wild, just wait. Because in this world, scandals don't end, they respawn like video game bosses with extra levels of chaos. Now here's where you come in. Smash that like button like it owes you money. Drop a comment like you're testifying in court. Whose side are you on? Team 50, Team Kanye, Team Bianca, or Team I just came here for the memes? And while you're at it, subscribe to Truth Tattle, because this channel is basically the TMZ multiverse on steroids. We don't just spill tea, we pour the whole pot, light it on fire, and serve it with popcorn. Seriously. You don't want to miss what's coming. Because in Hollywood, scandals aren't rare, they're on a 2-for-1 special. The second one ends, the next one begins. One day it's Kanye and Bianca looking like extras in a sci-fi fashion show gone wrong. The next it's another lister crying on Instagram Live because 50 dragged them too. And guess who's going to break it all down for you with sarcasm so sharp it could cut glass? That's right, yours truly. Right here on truthtattle.so. Until the next meltdown, and trust me, it's coming faster than a Kardashian divorce. Remember this, in the world of fame, nobody is safe. Everybody's receipts are waiting to be leaked, and drama is the only currency that never loses value. This has been Truth Tattle, where the scandals never sleep, and neither do we.